Hello, everyone. Good morning and welcome to Business Point on Global Television. I am Samuel Odi. Let's talk a little bit of business this morning. Before we get deep into talking business, right, we'll be playing a quick business report. But before then, on today's edition of the program, we'll be looking at recapitalization as well as the current trends of the crypto world and what the dollar naira has been doing for the past weekend. And then looking from the results we had from the previous week and before the close of business as of Friday, the dollar was gaining at 1.8% against the naira, rather was gaining at 1.8% against the dollar, which was on a positive note. And then the market closed at about 9.5% against the dollar. So that's just how amazing the naira has been doing so far. But still, let's play you this business report, and when we come back, we talk business more. Stay with us.
Nigeria's headline inflation rate decreased to 33.40% in July 2024, down from 34.19% in June 2024. This marks the first decline in the headline inflation rate since December 2022, when it last dropped to 21.34%. The latest inflation rate figures are based on the National Bureau of Statistics CPI report for July 2024. According to the report, the headline inflation rate decreased by 0.79 percentage points in July 2024 compared to June 2024. On a year-on-year basis, the rate was 9.32 percentage points higher than in July 2023, when it stood at 24.08%. This indicates an increase in the headline inflation rate on a year-on-year basis for July 2024 compared to the same month in the previous year. Additionally, on a month-on-month basis, the headline inflation rate in July 2024 was 2.28%, slightly lower than 2.31% recorded in June 2024. The food and non-alcoholic beverages contributed 17.30% to the year-on-year inflation, followed by housing, water, electricity, gas, and other fuel at 5.59% and others. The federal government of Nigeria plans to issue its dollar-dominated domestic bond next week Monday, as it hopes to raise $500 million from local and foreign investors. Dr. Gbadebo Adeunrile, Managing Director of Investment Banking at United Capital Group, disclosed these during a high-bid roadshow with investors organized by the Debt Management Office. This is the first of its kind in the country. The bond offers bullet repayment at maturity in US dollars, with full repayment of principal amount at the end of the 5-year term. Seplat Nigerian PLC has crossed the 4,000 naira share price for the first time ever, marking a 9% gain in early trading on Thursday. Data from early hour trading reveals that the company's share price is trading at 4,030 naira with a net bid position of over 70,000 shares. The company's share price opened at 3,682.9 naira per share on Wednesday, since dipping to a low of 1,008 naira in November 2022. Seplat Nigeria has strongly maintained a bullish trend that saw it close in the green for the 10 consecutive months spanning from May 2023 to February 2024. The stock market volume, which has been steadily increasing for several weeks, reached its highest level since the second week of April, with a value of 1.08 million shares since closure in the trading week beginning July 28, 2024. At a new high of 4,030 naira, Seplat's shares price has increased by 74% compared to the closing price of the stock in December 2024 at 2,310 naira. Kike Lomo Okeri, Global Television News.
Yes, That's it on Business Report, and thank you so much for staying with us. So we'll be looking at recapitalization of the Nigerian insurance sector, and as well as we'll be looking at the current trends of dollar and naira. But before we do that, we'll be going on a very quick break, and then when we come back, we get into talk more business. Please stay with us.
Every government and introduction of new policies, businesses of all kinds and sizes seize the opportunity to evolve and redefine themselves. Business Point on Global Television is where we follow the money and put the facts and figures right in front of you. Watch Business Point every Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. as Kikelamo Okeri tracks all the latest developments across critical sectors. Business Point. This is business.
I want to go further to congratulate you on being on DSTV 365. Yeah, channel 365 is an awesome thing. Congratulations, and I will enjoy each and every one to keep on watching Global TV.
This is Global TV for your current affairs, for your current information, ideas, education, entertainment news at the best. Channel 365 on DSTV. You have just come alive into a new phenomenon in the media industry. Keep watching. Stay tuned.
Keep watching Global Television on DSTV channel 365 for your news and all national issues and international breaking news. Watch Global TV.
Many thanks for staying with us. This is Business Point on Global Television. Let me bring you up to speed with what has been happening in the insurance sector, where some stakeholders in the insurance sector have stated that the proposed recapitalization will create new barriers to entry, but could also benefit the sector regardless of the outcome. The immediate past president of the Chartered Insurance Institute of Nigeria, Edwin, noted that it would introduce fresh barriers to entry in the sector, which was struggling with low penetration. Comparing Nigeria to African countries, we will realize that we are one of the highest based on the industry. His argument has been that as much as we all agree we need capital to run the business, excess capital is counterproductive because at a minimum you are expected to make a turnover of a capital about 10 times. If you cannot have that, it means that you are not sweating the capital and have not been challenged. So having all these complaints and penetration rate, it is about inclusivity in the retail space. There is no need for much capital. It is those who have involved in oil and gas property of all value, but retail space with small sum incurred before. Capital in the segment is what we can retain in its entirety. You know, a new bill that has been titled by the insurance industry, Reform Bill 2024, has introduced on the floor of the Senate recently, seeking an increase of minimum capital base of the insurance companies. According to the bill, sponsored by the chairman of Senate Committee on Banking, Insurance and Other Financial Institutions, Tunko Abiru, and 41 other senators, the minimum capital requirement of life insurance companies would raise from the current 2 billion to 15 billion and general business from 3 billion to 25 billion. The reinsurance business capital will now move from 10 billion to 45 billion. All of these increments and changes we're seeing now is just in line to make retail and then the recapitalization happen so that people in business can have recent or reasonable turnovers. The bill has passed second reading in the Senate, pushed by the move to encourage mergers and acquisition in the sector, thus bringing about stronger firms that I perceive that will regulate more, that would perceive that would regulate want to achieve and want to encourage mergers. So this move is a tantamount to the move that cannot be alone, looking for some and merging, reducing some numbers of players and becoming a barrier. At the moment, we should check the minimum capital in the industry, how many companies have the cash and what is the turnover with capital that they have. So there are lots of questions that are being asked about this recapitalization. How can businesses, manage and, rebound back if all of this change happens? The bill has passed second reading. So the reinsurance of business capital will move from 10 billion to 45 billion. All of these things now we are looking at is just for a way and a means to, have the Nigerian economy rebound and then as well compete with other world-class economies. Looking at all of these angles now, businesses now and life insurance, looking at life insurance companies now would raise from the current 2 billion naira to 15 billion and the general business from 3 billion to 25 billion. This is over, more than like 300% increment and in the change. So how can businesses now thrive with this recapitalization now? These are questions that Nigerians have been asking, and then we're hoping, looking at the outcome, it's looking very dicey and very, very slim of a chance for this to be actualized, but the insurance sector are so bent to seeing this happen. The Minister of Finance and the CBN governor have also come out to say that this, on a long run, is actually going to be very, very beneficial to the Nigerian economy. So how key is it now, looking at tariff hike and every other businesses and every other bills that have to be paid? If all of these things get increased, now how can little businesses now thrive? A lot of questions are being asked, and we're getting reactions from several persons on what recapitalization might cost their business. Some businesses are, looking to fold because of past if looking at the current inflation rates that we have and food inflation rates, looking at all of those angles, most businesses have, packed up already. And then at this point now, this current recapitalization and increase from 2 billion to 15 billion for health, and then 3 billion to 25 billion for business is just on another level. So we are hoping to see with the policies that are being set by this insurance sector and as well as the ministry, the central bank governor and the Ministry of Finance, the things being put in place, the policies being put in place, it's actually very rigid and actually making the economy shrink. But they always say, and then forecast has shown that in the near coming future that we are going to see a recent spike, and then we are going to see a very sustainable economy. Let's hope and see that this increase will benefit in the long run, not after all of these struggles. We'll be going on another quick break, and then when we come back, we'll wrap up and then bring you up to date with what's happening in the crypto world and how well Nigerian Naira has been rebounding against the dollar. Please stay with us. We'll be right back.
With every government and introduction of new policies, businesses of all kinds and sizes seize the opportunity to evolve and redefine themselves. Business Point on Global Television is where we follow the money and put the facts and figures right in front of you. Watch Business Point every Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. as Kikelamo Okeri tracks all the latest developments across critical sectors. Business Point. This is business.
I want to go further to congratulate you on being on DSTV 365. Yeah, channel 365 is an awesome thing. Congratulations, and I will enjoy each and every one to keep on watching Global TV.
This is Global TV. For your current affairs, for your current information, ideas, education, entertainment news at the best. Channel 365 on DSTV. You have just come alive into a new phenomenon in the media industry. Keep watching. Stay tuned.
Keep watching Global Television on DSTV channel 365 for your news and all national issues and international breaking news. Watch Global TV.
Yes, many thanks for staying with us. And as we wrap up today's edition of Business Point, let me bring you up to speed with what the Naira is doing against the dollar. Now, currently, as at this minute, Naira is actually gaining at 2.5 2.5% against the dollar, which at close of business last week we ended at 1.98. So this is just shows how well the naira is doing, and all of this is happening due to the fact that over $800 million has been sold out to the retail and then bulk by the Central Bank of Nigeria, all in wake with the current food importation of grains that is going to be happening, that has started happening, and then we are hoping to see them those grains get into the country before the end of the next 2 months. So that is why we've been seeing all this massive growth and then profit margin from the dollar and then the naira. So now currently the naira is selling against currently at 1,583 naira against our dollar in the market. So that's how much, that's how well dollar is doing. That's how well naira is doing against the dollar. Moving away from that, let's talk a little bit about crypto. You know, Bitcoin has been projected to be sold at December 2024 at a high rate of $100,000. But as we speak to you now, as at now, Bitcoin is being sold at $58,600 per coin as we speak. So looking at that now, the algorithm, like we always mention, of Bitcoin helps other cryptocurrencies, you know, elevate and then get more ground. Looking at that, Ethereum now, which was being sold at $2,300 as at last week, is being sold currently at $2,600.81. So that's how well, you know, the crypto market is working. And looking at this week and then the projection from this week and the forecast, it has been said that Bitcoin would get to up to 65,000 before the close of business this week. Are you willing to run with the bear or stay with the bull? At this point now, this is where we draw the curtain on today's edition of Business Points. My name is Samuel Odi. I'll see you all tomorrow as we talk more business. Bye for now.